So we've looked at the practical elements that will help you gain your first racing license. Now let's take a look behind the scenes and work out what you'll need to do leading up to your first race meeting. So, what happens behind the scenes of a race meeting in the UK? Well, all UK circuits are licensed by Motorsport UK and are subject to inspection to check track safety and design. The organising club for an event is responsible for publishing regulations, accepting entries, making up the race programme and operating the circuit on the day. The club will also send out final instructions, including notifications of drivers' briefings, where to park, the schedule and running order for the event, including timetables of signing on, scrutineering, practice, qualifying, race time, and your e-tickets. All of the above are likely to be delivered and posted online in the modern era, so watch your inbox. Remember that most race officials are volunteers. Without them, there simply wouldn't be any racing. So, if you cannot get a last-minute entry, entries close 3 days before a national event, 7 days before an international, and the race is oversubscribed. It is not that the clubs are discouraging motorsport, but more likely that what seems to be a minor change to you might seriously disrupt a programme finalised weeks before. Get your entry in as early as possible to avoid disappointment. Prior to the club taking over the circuit on the morning of the race, circuit owners will have prepared the track and all things necessary for a smooth running of the event. Motorsport UK will provide a steward for the meeting and will ensure that all the necessary safety controls are in place before official practice starts. There are extensive safety arrangements in operation during a race meeting, including doctors, rescue teams, resuscitation teams, fire marshals and so on. At the end of the meeting, results will be published and the press and media kept informed. So you can see that a tremendous amount goes into a successful race meeting, especially when it comes to safety. Safety deserves special emphasis. After signing on, your car will have to be examined before practice by one of the scrutineers. They check such things as brake fluid reservoir levels, suspension, steering, that seatbelts are in date and in good condition, fire extinguisher bottles full and so on. A point to mention here is that scrutineers will also want to inspect your overalls, helmet, etc. and where applicable, FHR, to ensure that they have the current approved labels. Remember to check the specifications in the Motorsport UK national competition rules ahead of the event. However, none of the safety arrangements take away from your own responsibilities and the onus on you to drive correctly and sensibly. Motor racing can be dangerous. You can injure others and yourself. This is especially critical to note if you are coming from karting. Dubious techniques such as bump drafting or podding at car racing speeds can lead to car wrecking accidents and will see you disqualified from results, championships and eventually taking part in UK competition. Some of the rules may seem unnecessary, but they are all there for your protection. Remember, most accidents during your race career will be your own fault, so you should be highly self-critical. So, who are the officials you'll have to know about during a race meeting? The first one you'll have contact with will be the secretary of the meeting when you email them your completed online entry form. On race day, they will be in charge of all paperwork, both physical and these days mainly virtual, plus the administration. However, the person who manages the day is the clerk of the course, keeping in touch with all parts of the circuit through a combination of radio and video. Their word is law. It is their responsibility to keep up with the timetable, supervise safety and take all the crucial decisions. Earlier we mentioned scrutineers, but there are also eligibility scrutineers who have an extensive knowledge of all the technical aspects of your particular car and formula and will check it for compliance to the technical regulations for that class.
race stewards. There will be at least 3 race stewards at every race meeting.
The head steward is appointed by Motorsport UK, while the others are event stewards appointed by the club running the meeting. Their job is to ensure fair play, hear appeals and deal with judgments on rule infringements.
Timekeepers play an important part in any race meeting.
They are appointed by the club from a Motorsport UK approved list and time all practices and racing, producing the official results.
If you do not have your own transponder to activate your lap times to the timekeepers, you can hire one from them for the day. Remember, if you do not have a working transponder, they cannot time your laps. It's as simple as that.
Earlier, we looked at the importance of flag marshals, signals and light panels. Remember, they play a vital role in relaying information to you throughout the race, so you're bound to be affected by them at some point in your racing career. Also, be aware that where light panels are installed and operational, these will be the primary notification, supported by flag signals, the supplementary regulations, final instructions and/or driver's briefing will confirm operational practices during the event. Familiarise yourself with their location as early as possible.